There was yechidus with my family, and one of the major questions that was posed to the Rebbe was where I should continue my Jewish education. Should I continue in New Haven, Connecticut for yet another year, as we were about to enter high school in a Sifta, or should I go to the main Lubavitch Yeshiva in Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn, New York? And the Rebbe, I guess, was being a true diplomat. He went around the room. He asked my mother, first he asked my father, what did he think? My father was a very easygoing person. He was the consummate chassid. And he says, whatever the Rebbe says, I'm very happy with. It's all good. Then he asked my mother, Soll sein gesund. My mother gave her typical dramatic answer. And it went something like this: Rebbe, Brooklyn is a jungle. And he's still very young. Soll bleiben mit mir noch ein Jahr. Let him stay with me another year. The Rebbe smiled. And the Rebbe asked me, what do I think? And I told the Rebbe, honestly, I'm comfortable in both places, but if I prefer, I would prefer going to New York because the sviva, the environment, would be more conducive for my spiritual growth. And I remember it like today. The Rebbe turned to my mother especially, and he went like this. And he smiled. He says, Ich nehm das auf meine Plätze. I take this on my shoulders that he should go to New York. He'll be fine in New York. And Maisa Shahaya Kachoya, that's the way the story unfolded. The next year I was in the big yeshiva, and everything was fine, and I had a very successful year. 20 years later, I'm sitting Shiva for my father. And we're just talking this and that. My brother-in-law tells me, you don't really think I like you that much. Do you remember when I visited you in Ocean Parkway? I said, sure, I remember. You were dropping by. You were on the way. He says, that's not the real story. I said, what do you mean? He says, remember I came to check you out. I checked out your dormitory. I checked out with your Rebbe. How you doing? I saw how this is and how that is. He says, you think I have nothing better to do than to go visit you in yeshiva? Of course, he said it in a comical manner. And I said, what do you mean? What's the scoop, Zalman? And he says, I received a call from Rabbi Chadakov. Rabbi Chadakov says, the Rebbe will wissen. The Rebbe wants to know what's happening with your Shvager Einbinder. Is he happy? Is he doing okay? And I want you to go down to the yeshiva and check out the situation. Und soll reinschreiben, klar und deutlich. You should write a very clear and exact report how your young brother-in-law is doing away from home. The point of the story is an awesome point. The Lubavitcher Rebbe sits at 770 Eastern Parkway. He's involved with the macro. He's involved with global issues. Yet he doesn't forget about the sensitivity that he gives a Jewish mother. Ich nehm das auf mein Plätze. I take it on my shoulders, he'll be okay.